Well, I remember last time you did pretty good on the one, the like a third puzzle. With the times.
Is that the time one? The
Yeah.
clock one? Yeah, but that's not maths though. That's
No,
that's
I know.
that's a logic one, because there's a trick where they try and trick you, and once you
Mm-hmm.
realize what their trick is, what their pitfall is, then you're fine, you know. But if you don't think about it logically, then you don't realize that pitfall. I wouldn't call that a maths one. The
No,
maths
yeah.
ones I'm bad at are like anything to do with money. I'm bad at anything. Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Oh, with the hex, the hex crank. Didn't we talk about this hex crank the last
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
Because
Which one was what?
I always laugh at like the idea, like the name Hex Crank, because I think I just think it sounds funny. I don't know. Oh, we're on our second puzzle already. Okay, well I solved the first one. You have to solve this one, mister.
I have to solve it. Didn't we do that? We did this before.
It's the Hex Crank.
This one has. Yeah, so it's not 3. And I'm just now I'm under pressure. And I'm just. Isn't it 1? I'm pretty sure it's 1, right? Yeah, it's 1.
Yeah, it can only be 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
because the point.
Oh my god,
the
look what you can do!
Yeah.
I can't believe I ignored that giant message in the middle of the screen. I've never done this before. That's so... Look how big it is! Look how big
I know. It's taking up literally like a sixth of the screen.
There we go.
Oh, we're right.
Yay.
Yay.
Every puzzle has an
I still
It's not
haven't
as-
finished Spectre's Call.
Oh, good. Do it. It's good.
See, I don't know, I don't have as much motivation to finish it, because like I don't have a 3DS, so I can't get the other one. That's the only game that would motivate me to get a 3DS, is the Mask of Miracles or whatever.
Yeah. That's how my friend Sarah was. But then she eventually was like, fine, I'll get it. So she got a 3DS, and now she's liking it. I'm making her play through Kid Icarus now that she beat Layton, so...
I played Kid Icarus a bit, like, because my brother has it, and I found it really unenjoyable, and...
Yeah?
I know this is the thing that everyone gives out about, but I just thought the controls were silly. Like, I didn't know why. I couldn't understand the motivation behind that control scheme, because I really don't like the shoulder buttons on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And you have to use them so much, and I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I can definitely agree. It's an interesting... It's interesting. I think I made myself get used to it because I really enjoyed the game. I felt like it was the closest thing I had to a new Star Fox game, and I loved the dialogue. It was just so like, it was just banter, and it was really funny, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I like the weapons and all that junk. I thought it was cool, and I mean I'm one of the 2 people on the planet that actually really like 3D on the 3DS. Like I play with the 3D on like for most of my games, even Layton. Like I have it on.
I tapped the old lady. God, no! I accosted the old lady.
Oh no! She wants to give us a puzzle. I think. Yeah. It's probably...
Yeah, I can't remember which. Oh, she's just telling us about those pick a rat things.
Oh, okay.
I remember there was this puzzle in the third game that I remember it took me a day to solve it. I remember I was in college and I used to bring my DS to college, and I used to have like it took me like a whole day. I spent every break I had like during the day like trying to solve that puzzle. 2 days, like 1.5 days, I'd say. Do you know that puzzle? It's like one of the last ones where there's like that dragon floor sliding puzzle or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it took me ages. Okay, wait a second. These 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are equally tall but vary in width. One of these 4 hats has a brim and height that are the same length. Which hat is it?
I know. I already
It's
did it.
Luke, here's
I
my
think
answer.
it's A.
You are correct.
Another
Yes.
puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be that Layton screen where he just points at you and goes, correct! I'm gonna do that for you.
I miss the... I don't know whether I like the fact that they got rid of that, because sure it makes it more suspenseful to not know whether you're right or wrong based on like what the 3rd frame is or whatever, that kind of way.
They still
But,
have it, don't they?
No, you can't tell, and I know in last Spectre, in Spectre's Call, you can't tell based on like what animations they have.
I think in that one, I think it's like only with like Layton you can't tell, I think. But like with Luke and Emmy you can.
Yeah.
Or something. It's something like that. That might be in Last Spectre, or not Last Spectre. In Mask of Miracle. That might be that. I forget.
Is Mask of Miracles good? Cause I like Last Spectre. It's just it's probably my least favorite of them so far.
Yeah.
And
I
don't know whether they're like continuing like not being as good, or whether like it's got better than that one or whatever.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't really played it too much. Mainly just because I got Sticker Star at the same time, and so I did that. I've been playing Skyward Sword, things like that. And it's just a shame because it is really good. I just haven't been playing it. The only complaint that I have is that they got rid of the pixel sprite thingies, you know. And now it's
Oh, 3D.
They're like
models.
Yeah, they're 3D models, and it just looks gross.
I don't know. I just think that I think this kind of whole I'm waving my mouse cursor around, but that's not going to show up. But I think that whole kind of view of I think 2-dimensional drawing and really nice hand-drawn images were such a huge part of the whole atmosphere of the game that to take that away is, I don't think I like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
especially when they keep it for the cutscenes.
Yeah.
And then it's gone, and then it's like 3D for non-cut. I just think that's weird. I don't like it. It's just strange. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what I do like is that in the backgrounds of the game, like when you're walking around the villages and stuff, that's still like hand-painted, like backgrounds and stuff, but it's still in 3D, which I really like. I like seeing 2D stuff in 3D. Like the cutscenes are in 3D, and I don't know, I eat that up. Just because I'm weird. But so the backgrounds look great, and the environments look great. It's just the characters themselves.
Yeah.
And I mean, actually, it's really only Layton and like Luke and Emmy that I have a problem with. Like all the characters that were introduced in this game, in Mask of Miracle, they look good because they were designed to be in 3D. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds weird, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's in their design, so it looks okay.
No, it makes sense, do you know?
Yeah.
Like the thing is, what I don't like about, I think it's just, like, first of all, I loved Pandora's Box so much. Like, that's that's my favorite in the series. Pandora's Box is definitely my favorite, and like I had such a connection with that. And then Lost Future is really amazing as well, but I think the elements of the story just started getting a little bit too ludicrous, you know. I just thought that like there was like, even though like the way the plot goes in this game and the way the plot goes in the second game, like obviously they're not realistic, you know, but they're somewhat believable and credible.
I don't know. To me, I love the third one was my favorite one. I think. I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, and you're right. It's like the third one they kind of jumped the shark, you know. But I think, I don't know. At that point, I still believed it. I was like still being pulled into like, oh, so this is what can happen in the Layton universe. Like, oh, I don't know.
But you see, the thing is that like, I don't want to spoil the third game because I think the third game is a really beautiful kind of story, and
Well-
like towards the end of that game, the game does get really touching and really beautiful, and the storyline does.
Try to
And-
talk about it as less as like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the word's not gonna come, but just like without saying anything, try to tell me what you're trying to get across.
Yeah. I don't know, like, oh yeah, save my progress, why not? Yeah,
Sure.
What I mean is that, like, do you know the way they kind of, like, basically the whole reveal, like, was, then they went back on that, do you know? Because, like, what you thought was real and what turned out to not be real, then they come back and say, well, actually, it is real. Do you know, that kind of way? Do you know what I mean now? Without telling the audience
yes, I
too
do.
much?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought it. I don't know. Maybe just because at that point I was just like, I don't know anything, and then I just kind of went with whatever it told me, and I didn't doubt it at that point. I was just like, whatever. So maybe that was just me. I don't know. I mean, you definitely have a valid point. You definitely do. I think at that point I was just like, I don't know what to think anymore at all.